Now we live.
Yeah, now we live. Now we live. We up there now. Hey,
Hey,
what's going
everybody,
on,
what's up?
everyone?
Go ahead, Ray. Hey,
Good,
everybody.
good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Who in here? We can see who in here. Just Shanna, I see.
Yeah, just see
You can
Shannon
see Shanna.
Armel. That look like that's it, man. That look like this the whole crew.
Yeah, come on in. Come on in here. Give them 5 minutes.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do nothing until more people jump in. Look
Yeah,
like just see 4 people watching.
yeah. We talk about cover and concealment today, man. Let's talk about getting some cover, man. Is everybody out here on this pullout game? Everybody on the offensive these days. Everybody getting a murder game up, real natural. You know what I mean? And portraying it as a threat. Everybody got their murder game up, drawing and shooting and open out, all out in the open. So let's see how you gonna hide when the shit, how you gonna move when the shit really gonna go down.
Two
You know?
boxes. Two boxes.
All right.
What
See
up,
how it's gonna
Silverback?
fly. Silverback. Yeah. Everybody talking that, the all of that gangster shit.
Three boxes.
Man, I ain't even playing that game no more, man.
They keep adding up.
I ain't even playing that game no more. I got it, man. 86.
This is real life. This ain't a game.
I got an 86.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep on adding up for them, man.
I'm back in 86. Miami.
How'd that work out for you?
I found, man.
What's going on, Groves? Urban Gardener,
Urban, what's
Virginia
up?
Bushcrafter. It's slowly starting to pull in. Oh, now I say we got 16 watching now.
All right, that's feel
Man,
good.
Hey, man. We're here. We're here for the people, man. We're here for the people.
That's that Miami thing.
All right, let me see if I can pull that up.
I don't know. I just, this is just sitting here. I didn't go through it good.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that's
this is
joint I
daily
found.
5 minutes. Oh,
You know what I mean? That was urban. How's everybody day been? How everybody weekend go?
Tech Money.
Tech money. Yeah, weekend's been good. Ain't nobody had to back that thing up, thank God. If you have, I'm glad you're still here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, we might have to come out with a t-shirt says, "Don't let me have to back that thing up."
That's a t-shirt for the females, right? Because
Yeah, don't let me have to
only
don't let me have to back that thing up. You know what I mean?
Females back that thing up, man.
Don't let me have to back that thing up, man. Who's that? Virginia Bushcraft. He's checking out a gun show in Fredericksburg out in on the east side. Out on the east side. You see that, Ray?
Yeah, what gun show is that?
They got gun shows over there, man.
No, I didn't know they had one. Must have been this weekend.
He said he checked out the gun show in Fredericksburg. Yeah, I usually get an email from the from the Virginia Defense League. They, I ain't been looking at my email lately.
Okay, yeah, it was this weekend.
Yeah. Damn. Damn, it wouldn't have did me no good. I'm suffering from Bidenomics. I'm suffering bad, man. The cats giving away my damn my reparations and my stimulus. They sending that shit overseas. They giving that shit to aliens and every damn thing everywhere but me, man. All I'm getting is an expensive ass grocery bill, man.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes, man. Come on.
Shit.
We're the middle class.
At my ODs, my over the counter, I only can get generic shit.
Yeah, middle class ain't supposed to get nothing, man. Shoot, we just supposed to keep on working.
Yo, they keep raising the bar on middle class, man. Shit. I don't even know what the hell middle class
we can't stop what we're doing, though.
Middle class means that you make $10 million these days, man. Because remember
I
back
don't
in
know
the
what middle
days,
class that is.
$1 million, if you had $1 million, if you was a millionaire, you was good. You know what I mean? You was rich. And middle class was somewhere around $50,000. You was 50 to $90,000. You was real good. Shit. Motherfucker make $500,000 and be broke as hell. This shit ain't no good no more, man. You gotta have 10 million or better. You gotta have 10 million or better to be out of middle class. For real. 10 million or better. I think 10 million is that number. You know, they extended it. They welcomed you in at somewhere around $60,000 a working class. They welcomed you in somewhere around $60,000. Like, welcome to the working middle class, but you're going to stay here until you hit over $10 million. You know what I mean? You're going to stay here, period.
Yeah, we got to leave and come back, be a newcomer.
Yeah, and it's hard. And they said, you complaining, you don't want to be on the other side of this.
You know, you drive south of the border and then taking crossing over the water and stuff like that, and then and just don't talk. You get a paycheck.
Yeah. So yeah, I see some people going the opposite way. You know, I seen some people go over on the other side of the border and start their little businesses and whatever.
Hey
and
man,
prospering.
real quick, what does that got to do with current concealment, man?
Because if you're going to make a move like that to lead the country and go across the border, you might have to cover and conceal because that, you know.
Hey, I'm covering and concealing who I am.
Yeah, you might have to take cover and conceal. You
All
might
right.
want to start business in Mexico and the cartel might be extorting you.
That has nothing to do with covering concealment.
Yeah, it does. So you go over there and try to open some stuff up. What's up, Roadblock? Sweet Thumbs. Who's Sweet Thumbs? I ain't seen that name. What's it? Is that Virginia Bushcrafter says he become a newcomer.
Yeah.
And get a $10,000 debit card. For real? You get a $10,000 debit card?
Yeah, I think that's what they said. They get. I think they're getting that in Chicago.
I'm a damn refugee. You know, I'm a kidnapped refugee forced in this country without my will, man. I need to go hide, or I claim my benefit, or whatever. But anyway, let's talk about cover and concealment. How we looking in here?
Nah, man. Let's talk about fucking macroeconomics, man.
Hey,
so we save that for Saturday night.
That's one for you, Joe.
Yeah, we'll say that for Saturday night. We're gonna save all of this political and economic stuff and empowering yourself to Saturday night. But throw our banner up, Ray, if you can, so we can support with the email and Cash App. So we can have y'all want to contact us or support us, donate. Thanks, appreciate that. Y'all want to contact us with any questions, any topics that y'all feel like we should address, hit us on Trinity Arms and Gear. If y'all want to support the channel in any way, everything's appreciated. Hit us on the Cash App. And we're going to talk about cover and concealment. So you guys take over. I'm going to fall back and be quiet for once and learn.
All right. Well, yeah, this I think this came up last week on the last live. We were talking about cover and everything, and I brought up the whole topic as far as, you know, the best place if you're in your car where you don't want to be. You know, you don't want to be behind your doors and stuff like that, you know, because the doors are not going to protect you, you know. So you got to know, you know, when it's time for to cover, you know, the best place to be if you got to get outside your car. Most of the time, you know, you want to evade, you want to try and get out of there. But if you can't get out, or say if you're just walking down the street and somebody starts shooting, you got to know where the best place is to you know, to cover at, so you can minimize the damage that so that you can minimize yourself as being a target, you know. So and concealment is just, you know, trying to find somewhere to hide. You know, that's it. Trying to find, I mean, some bushes, you know, if there's a big ass tree hiding behind that big tree, somewhere where you can just, you know, hide yourself from whoever's looking for you, you know. But a lot of times concealment is not going to protect you as far as, you know, from a bullet. Because if you jump inside of a bush and they see you jumping at, you know, see you move or something like that, they may not see you jumping that bush, but they may see that bush move they're gonna shoot that bush. You're gonna get hit. You know, so we just wanted to talk about the difference between cover and concealment.
Well, you say you're gonna shoot that bush? Oh, you
Oh,
gonna
I'm
get
gonna shoot that bush.
you gonna get hit, all right?
Pow, pow. You know. So yeah. What you got, Joe?
Nah, so just one quick thing, two things to touch on. So first, let's establish the baseline for like Granddad said, the difference between cover and concealment. Let's understand them. Cover shields you from visibility. Correction, concealment shields you from visibility, right? Cover protects you from getting hit by a bullet, fragmentation, and everything else, right? Cover also provides concealment. Concealment does not provide cover, right? And that's like the easiest way to say it. So if we look at like a lot of the movies and everything else we see, you see police officers say, "Hey, I got you covered," you know, whatever. It's a lie. They ain't got them covered. They got them on Overwatch, but they ain't got them covered. You know, so. And just think of it like that. That's the parameters. That's the definition that we're working with tonight for cover versus concealment, which each one is and which each one does. All right. Anyone in the chat got any questions real quick?
What's going on, Jason? What up, Skilly? Sweet Thumb? Who did I miss up here? Mike Hen?
Got know your gun game. Yeah, so
and then one of the things too, right? We got a couple of videos we're gonna run or talk about, probably like one or two. One is definitely the 1997 North Hollywood shootout, and you can show how they effectively use cover. And we can also talk about what Granddad said about hiding behind car doors or vehicles. Like, you know, if given a perfect opportunity, which way you want to hide behind that vehicle, the best way to reduce your probability of getting hit, either one with a bullet or with secondary fragmentation. And keep in mind, the caveat to this is there's always a possibility of things not going your way. The probability of likelihood is reduced if you take the proper mitigation measurements and everything else. Lawyer said I had to say that. So, all right.
one of the other things that I would like to see was where a person became wide open. He was wide open, taking fire, like in the open in the parking lot. And that was that Marine dude that kind of bugged out one day and had to shoot out with cops out in California. You seen that one?
Which one?
The young Hispanic brother who came back from the war and had a hard time. And
yeah, which one? the one at 7-Eleven that was behind the corner.
Yeah, at 7-Eleven, and he swept their ass. He mopped the parking lot with their ass.
Well, and now that goes back to that goes back to tactics and techniques, because he was deliberate and his flow was good. Essentially, he did a one-man clearing operation and everything else. He identified his sectors.
Wide open.
Yeah, he identified his sectors because those cops was pinned down. Even though he didn't have any cover or concealment, he had a tactical advantage because they're crouching down. Hey, Ray, what I'm gonna do is we can share this real quick. All right. And this is from the North Hollywood shootout. And then I'll scroll through it. All right, so what we have here, just to set it up, this is like the original officers rolling up on scene, right? And so, as soon as they saw the boy. So you see,
do you love voting?
And let me get back to it.
One of our
pause it real
they
quick.
know feeling.
right into a uniformed patrol officer.
All right, so right here, this is where, and if you see, like you said, Armel, right here, if you can make it big, you can see. I'll call him number one assailant. He's behind a vehicle. He's using that vehicle as cover, right? So he's using it as partially cover because he's not fully exposed and everything else. And you see his body's canted. He's at the hood of the vehicle, right? So he's up here by the engine block, which is going to afford him more protection because you have all this steel and all these components up here versus going through the doors and everything else. Now, he's not crouched behind anything because he's wearing body armor, right? One of the interesting things right here, as we go right here, look at the cops, right? So you see these two officers right here. They're probably in the worst place you can be for cover and concealment for cover, because unless these doors are bulletproof or bullet resistant, a round from an AK-47, AKM-47 is going to zip straight through this. You run a risk of secondary fragmentation from the internal workings, the lock mechanisms, the window mechanisms. We see on this vehicle right here where the back glass is shot out. Take a look at this cop's position. He's in the better position than everything else, and we're going to assume that the fire is coming in this direction. That's where he's looking at. But he's off-centered, so he's somewhat exposed. He has his door right here, again, providing additional cover, which is very minimal. One of the good things about being behind the vehicle this way is you have the whole length of the vehicle for that bullet to go through. Now, caveat to that is if they're shooting through the windshields and everything else, the front windshield is going to deflect a lot more than the rear windshield. The front windshield is hardened and it's treated. It's laminate, right? So once you bust out your windshields, all bets are off. You got to get low and get behind something. Now, Armel brought something up earlier, is that a skilled shooter, if they're shooting under the vehicle, you can still get shot in your lower extremities and you're done. And big fish, little boat, again, pistol caliber versus rifle caliber. Always bring enough gun to the gunfight. What they learned from the North Hollywood shootout was that LAPD was woefully unprepared as far as their regular street cops. Very few of them had shotguns. Very few of them had
rifles,
AR-15s, whether they were Ruger Mini 30s or anything. They all they had was 9mm and 38s, right? So, does anybody have any questions on that right there?
Well, what they thought they were prepared for, their threat was more gangbangers back then.
Yes.
Than it was, actual organized bank robbers or high powered fake militiamen.
Well,
yeah.
So
but even when it came down to the gangbangers, they still wasn't. Most of the gangbangers were out powering them with rifles too.
But they weren't firing it. The thing about the gangbangers, gangbangers weren't willful. They were killing each other. They weren't really.
Oh yeah. They were killing each other. I mean, it was whole.
They weren't really shooting at cops. When the cops came, it was probably over by then. I mean, it wasn't so many gang related incidents where the gangbangers were shooting at the cops. That was just something that the media exploited, but it wasn't something that typically happened. So, but this is crazy because he's standing right in front of the door, and the door and the glass is pretty much the same thing, and he could get hit. It don't matter what it was. A 9mm just goes through all of that shit. God forbid he had something like fast, like one of those.
Big fish. I want to say they had a I know one had a modified AKM-47, and I want to say either it wasn't a PKM. It was I was just looking at it, man.
Yeah, it was just up there.
Yeah, they went in there and got busy.
Yeah,
they went in there and got busy, and the police department was unprepared.
Yeah. So and again, it just goes to show that whole myth behind covering concealment and everything else. Let me go ahead and we'll scroll it out a little bit more. So as we come here to this scene, right, they're showing some of the aftermath of the bullets, right? They're showing how officers got hit and everything else because, again, their level of body armor, like I said, their body armor was like level 3. It wasn't rifle rated or
It
anything.
was actually level 2 when I read the article. They was
Well, some
rocking like
of the
level
SWAT
2.
guys that came up, they had level 3 body armor.
Okay.
They had like soft plates, right? So if we look right here, you can see how the cops have cordoned off. They set up a cordon, a block, essentially what we'll call a blocking position, right? So you got your SWAT teams, right? When your SWAT teams showed up and responded, again, they had your regular 5.56 rounds and everything else, right? Someone was probably underpowered, but your assailants had on straight body armor. So that mitigated what the SWAT teams brought to bear, right? So we can see this right here. He's out in the open, no cover or concealment, just cacking off rounds at will, right? So now he's down to his pistol, and he's going to get clapped because someone's going to catch him in the head. Right. So now here's a great scene right here, right? So we go back to talking about utilizing vehicles. He's behind that pickup truck. The great thing about that pickup truck is an old truck. That engine's made of steel. So that's going to offer a lot of concealment if you do it right. So now if we start looking at staying in between here, so you're in a trunk area. There's not a lot of stuff in the trunk to block bullets and everything else. Depending upon where the threat was at, I would be up here. So I got the length of this vehicle and all this engine block to block anything coming my way. But again, depending upon where they're at. So he's probably worried about someone coming in behind him, right? Bounding in behind him. So smart move, good move right there on him. So let's watch this play out.
Duke talked too much.
Hey man, so let's go back to that. All right. So right here, right? So we can see the effectiveness of him shooting through the windshields, right? So after the first few rounds, fractures and breaks from windshields, you can see the rounds coming back through here. So at this point, you're almost point blank, and you got a couple of obstacles in between you. And this is where whoever brought the most gun to the fight is going to win, right? Because if I got pistol calibers, I'm not punching through all of this and body armor. This guy, he doesn't have an issue with tearing this up, right? So right now, the cops, as far as their cover, is nothing because he's on the dirty side of the ambush. He has to get out on this side. He should get out on this side and work his way either around here or up to here. And that gives all of this to protect him from the fire, right? But again, as it's happening, sometimes you don't have presence of mind. It's always easy to talk about Sunday's game on Monday, right? So you see him ripping off. So you see the cops how they peeled out. They peeled out to the rear.
Yeah.
Right.
They peeled out to the rear, but isn't that still a bad positioning?
Well, no, because they peeled out to where they thought that they should go just based on what they was getting. Because again, the front of the vehicle was closer to the guy. So you're in the heat of the moment, you know, you're trying to get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the North Hollywood shootout and everything else. I'm gonna stop sharing. All right, hey, anyone in the chat got any questions?
Yeah, Fish want to know what kind of guns they had.
I want to say they had some modified either AKM 47s or PKMs. I know they were 7.62 by 39s. Damn it, Fish.
Yeah. They had some weaponry that the police wasn't ready for. You know what I mean? That the police
Yeah,
wasn't
I
ready
think they
for.
had like total of 5 rifles, and then some handguns.
They
So they
went there
came there
like
prepared.
they went there to get busy for real.
Yeah,
They went there to get busy for real. You know, which is one of the advantage of acting offensively.
yeah.
But
Here's
for
another one. This was in Houston in 2002.
okay,
In 2022. Yeah,
go ahead,
you
tell
know,
the story because I don't remember.
pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I didn't know the story on this one either, but it was a shootout that happened in I believe the Fifth Ward during daylight. Broad
Oh,
daylight.
nice. I remember that.
Yeah. So the police, both of the officers, if you look at this picture, you got both of the officers, behind this vehicle right here. The guy that they're shooting at is over here behind this car, But it's just crazy how, well, you'll see the video.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, so I got an answer for Fish.
what's your answer?
Norinco AKM 47s Type 56 Chinese models, right? Bushmaster, XM15 100 round drum, a Beretta 92, right? And the H&K 91.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they have. So they was all shooting, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, and 7.62 by 51 to 308. So definitely outgunned, and they were all illegally converted to fullies.
Yeah. Hey, hold on for a second, fellas. My wife told me I don't speak whenever she comes up here. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, I ain't tell you to speak.
Hey, man.
I'm speaking to I ain't asked you to speak to my wife. She told me I didn't speak. She said you always speak. She said I did. So, hey, Sean. Good to see you here.
Man, hey, you need to click
Hey,
off.
Sean.
You need to click off and do that on your own time, man.
Hey, but anyways, man.
Stay focused.
Yeah, these guys. Say what?
I said stay focused.
I am focused, man. I am focused.
Tell the story about this one, right? I don't know.
Pretty much. I mean, it was a shootout that happened, in broad daylight. It was a group of officers that showed up to this. But if you look at this, the one officer was on the passenger side of the vehicle and was using that door as cover. But I guess he realized, okay, this isn't a good spot. So what he ended up doing was going to the backside of the vehicle. So you had two of them in the backside. The suspect is over behind this car that's right here by the barbed wire fence.
The white car?
Yeah, but as you can see, man, I mean, it was a crazy shootout. And then how this dude didn't get hit, I don't know, but it was crazy, But I guess, he had good cover, but he's right there. He sits there and takes off running. And I mean, that Joker just gone, and then they chasing after him.
The donut patrol.
Yeah, but that was still a good example, of good cover as far as the officers are concerned, because they were at the back side of the vehicle, and that'd be the same thing if any of us ever have, God forbid that ever happens, you got to make sure you're at a good place, to cover. And a lot of times, if they're the front of your vehicle is facing them, you want to get toward the back, or if it's the side of the vehicle, you want to get, your best place is that engine block. Even though, a lot of the modern weapons and rounds that they have nowadays that go through that, these aluminum engines, that's still the safest place for you to get if you can't get away, Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Hey, any questions in the chat?
Yeah, I got a there's a strange thing that I've learned when I was looking at this thing, and it was right after we had the discussion on the body armor. One of those things was how well a water barricade works at dispersing around. So you know those water barricades that are on the highway or whatever that's filled with water. Those things are those things are pretty daggone good at uh at covering from gunshot from firearms.
Yeah. And the reason why is because the molecular structure of water, the three molecules, you got oxygen right here, you got the hydrogen right there. So by nature, they don't compress. That's why, like, you don't want to do a belly flop on water and hit it because it hits worse than hitting concrete.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I mean, you know what? Oh, who got on the glasses? Here, hold on. I got something for you, man.
Now we ain't only gonna see the forehead and the brim of your hat, man, because the way your camera
Oh,
focus.
you got jokes, man.
Yeah, I got mad jokes.
Man. You need to put some bend in that brim.
Yeah, it's all good, baby.
Come on, Brooklyn. There you go. Here you go, Granddad. This is for you. Let me look at this.
It looked just like my pair.
Yeah,
I got the same ones.
all y'all old, but no. So and stuff like that, right? Your liquids, right? Like when you start doing hydraulics, right? Some liquids compress easier than others, and that's why we use some liquids for hydraulics and stuff like that. The problem is they're heavy, so I can't walk around, um, carrying water concealment or a cover. It just can't happen. I need to take a look at the chat real quick.
What's up, Erica?
What
Carbon
else
Q.
would you recommend, Ray? Like as
again?
far as if somebody's shooting out, like if it's one of these mass shooting, I don't like using that term mass shooting. One of these fools that fell off the cocoa melon tree and decide they want to present harm in public places.
What the hell's a cocoa melon tree, man?
Cocoa Melon is the cartoon that my daughter watches. Cocoa Melon, right? And all kinds of bullshit, all kinds of bull stuff happens on Cocoa Melon. So, but sometimes people fall off the Cocoa Melon tree, the tree that's not in reality, and they take out their aggression on regular regular people like innocents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just
So-
I mean, you got to use whatever's there. If you're inside of a restaurant or something like that, if you can run, I mean, you'll see like on the movies and stuff, people push a table over and stuff, but most rounds are going to go through that table. Those tables are not that thick where it's going to protect you. Your best bet is, like say, to try to get away. And if you say, like, if you're in a restaurant, you run to the kitchen or something like that, try and get as low as you can. If there's no way of getting out or whatever, you want to be as low as you can, because most shooters shoot at waist level and stuff like that. They're not shooting toward the ground. So you want to sit there and just stay low and stay behind something. Hell, go in the fridge, because most places have a fridge. Go in the fridge, lock that damn door. Shit. Oh,
I tell you like this, man. If I'm ever in one of those events, if I get wounded, it's gonna be in the ass running away. Like, hey, they shot you in the ass.
Same here. How about you, Joe? Aaron,
No, so one of the things too to think about is, right. So even though concealment doesn't provide any cover, it can obscure a shooter's line of sight. Now, if you got someone that's shooting deliberately in controlled aim, right? If you duck behind a table or whatever, it can obscure their line of sight, and it can buy you time, right? So distance buys you time buys you options, right? So they can't see where I'm at. I got a little bit of time to think of something, maybe run, maybe do like they did, and I'm going to get you, sucker. Get someone that's already shot, hold your body up and run behind it, right?
that ain't a good one either.
Right. That works in the movie, right?
yeah,
That works in the movie.
Because if you get someone that you can't pick up, man, you be like, look, man, what do you want? So just do that, right? So anything's better than nothing, but be advised, right? If you try to hide behind like a one-way mirror or a glass, that glass shatters if it gets broken and it sends secondary fragmentation at you, right? Now, one thing to think about, again, it's easy to talk about it on the Monday in the comfort of wherever we're talking from. Intermediate barriers deflect most bullets, right? Because a lot of people aren't going out with a barrier blind bullets and all this other stuff. They're just rocking normal joints. So if you can get behind something, something's better than nothing. And again, right, by definition, a wooden table that's flipped up, that is cover. It's not the best cover, but it's cover, right? So we got to
They're
start.
gonna get you.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
tell you, if you're in a restaurant and something going down, don't just knock over one table, knock over all of them. So they can't. So you're going to use. You're not using the table so much for cover. You're using it, if I'm not mistaken, for
Diversion.
concealment. So they don't know what table you're moving under to.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about for real in this cover concealment thing is this. There used to be this program called Mythbusters, and there's a lot of stuff that we see on TV. I heard on over the internet news, and I would like to see in the chat what they think of some of the things that they would do if one of these, people that fell off the cocoa melon tree just decided to just shoot in an innocent, into like innocent crowds. What are some of the things you do, or what are some of the precautions you take? Because a lot of the precautions I take, I think they were kind of like, I ain't doing that crap. It's kind of off. Like a lot of, I heard it in other conversations, probably from people who don't have a lot of experience. Lay up against the wall, line yourself up against the wall, put your back up against the wall, or some crazy crap like that. That's like the most furthest thing from anything I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think that's to be true.
Yeah.
But I would just like to hear what some of the people in the chat do if there's, gunfire. There's gunfire going on in a close proximity. How do you conceal and cover yourself? If anybody feel like jumping in the chat and telling us, I'll and sharing with us what they think or their personal experience, it would be greatly appreciated. Because it's entertaining to me about hearing about, I'm standing against the wall and I'm staying in one place and all of this craziness that I'll be hearing, that I don't think it's real life practical application. So, guys.
So who we have in here? What up, Gina? Hot Tub Tony.
You want to drop the link?
Yeah, I dropped the link. Link is out there.
Great. I just now seen it. My eyes are old.
But, don't feel bad. That's why I got my glasses on.
Yeah. So because I know some people's like, I go in every time I go out. I don't put my back to the door or the window, and I'm against the wall in the booth and all of this. But I know I just
got Coop coming. What up?
Coop, what up, baby?
Coop. What's up, my brother Armel? What's happening, brother? What's going on?
Nothing, man. Enjoying, man. Working.
Shit, I'm not going to take up long, but I will tell you this: there's two things. One, if I don't have to go through a metal detector, I won't show it on your stream, but you bet it's sitting right there and it's going to be on me. The next thing, if shots go off, my body goes in between me and my family if they're with me. If not, you're going to see Coop's fat ass moving in another direction other than where them shots are going off.
Hey, Coop.
And I'm a smoker. I'm short, fat, and I don't run very fast. But I'm just saying, I'm like a hobbit. I'm short. You can't shoot me that quick.
Hey, Coop. It look like
you
and me gonna be in a hospital getting ice cream like Forrest Gump. Like I got
through both cheeks. Something jumped up and bit me. And that's where you're gonna find me. Unless my kids are there, you ain't gonna see Coop trying to make the great stand. I'm going that way. Anywhere there's a door I can go, I'm going that way. Now, if my kids are there, obviously I got a 7-year-old and I got a 4-year-old. I can't pick up both of them, tote and run, so I'm gonna have to make a stand.
Well, you got to figure out which one you love more, man. Be like,
No, well, I love both of them equally, so
man.
Coop just
Nah,
gonna have
man.
to take that one on the nose.
Hey, one of them costs you more money because one eat more than the other.
Well, I'll tell you this: in the long run, with dads, guaranteed, daughter's gonna cost you more money than the son.
Hey, Coop, I tell you
Just
like
saying.
this, man. Hey, if it's you and me, we gonna be in there like Forrest Gump and Marcus Miles.
We riding out, baby.
Ass.
We riding out.
We both got shot in the ass. Man.
Yes.
Something
And
everybody.
But guaranteed, like, and I posted in chat. So, and then people have heard me say it on my streams before. These gun-free zone signs, all these people who will shoot anybody for any reason don't pay attention to them. Why am I going to pay attention to them?
Well, and that goes back to look at the New York City subway, right? Doing all
Yes.
this. Bags are subject to search, random searches, everything else.
1,000. Yes.
And someone still got clapped on the subway.
Well, see, did you look into that whole situation? And what that came down to is that, and this dude I think he ended up being Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
But he got onto the subway, 32-year-old guy, I'll use their terminology, 32-year-old guy, and he's got darker skin. And the other dude, 36-year-old, a lot darker than me, starts getting in his face and taunting him and saying all sorts of stupid shit. And it comes down to where they get into a physical altercation. The 36-year-old guy pushes the 32-year-old guy down. And as a matter of fact, the girl that the 32-year-old's with actually
she
stabbed the dude, yes, in the back. And when you watch the video, you can see him pull the blade out. And then he's like, "Oh, you stabbed me?" And he gets his jacket and pulls out what some of my guys remind me of the night. It looks like a Ruger 32, something like that. And you can see him pull it out of his jacket, and he charges it and goes to walk at the other dude. Well, anyway, he took it away from the guy who comes at him and ends up shooting him a few times.
Yeah, he got
5 shots fired.
Clapped with his own gun. So nothing worse than that, getting clapped with your own tool. And I guess they didn't file any charges against any of them. But
Not
again,
yet.
Yeah, again, the whole genesis of it is that when you go back to it, gun-free zones are suggestions, and it's just like a lock. A lock only keeps honest people honest. So if I want your stuff, I'm breaking in it.
Dude,
right?
throw every lock you want on something. If someone wants to get into your
stuff
stuff
in New York is not. I don't think it's pretty much a gun-free zone. That's political theater right there.
No, man.
You had over 1,000 National Guard posted in the subway at that time, searching people's bags, telling people you couldn't carry guns,
political
you couldn't carry
theater.
any kind of Well, a lot of it is political theater because we all know the people that want to carry guns and hurt other people are doing it anyway.
And we all know that the National Guards can't have bullets in their gun in New York in the city unless it's some like martial law thing.
Well, no, those dudes were carrying loaded. They took their long arms away and left them with their pistols after about the second day.
But they can't shoot. They can't shoot at American citizens.
I can't say that.
Why can't they? Why can't they? National Guards are not federal troops.
Unless they can get shot at first. They got to get shot at first.
No, Armel, you don't know what their role is. So the National Guards is controlled by the state. So the state can set them up to do stuff, and their rules of engagement can be completely different. So let's not even speculate on it because we don't know what they are, right? Because everything we're going to say is we're just going to say it, and we're going to look stupid. Because unless you got that document in front of you and you know for sure, don't say it. Because
I'll say this: we can look back at history. Look at Katrina. The National Guard came in. What did they do? They disarmed anybody they could catch with a firearm. Anybody that had a firearm. These weren't people that were threatening others. These were just people that had their firearms on
and
them.
That was because of the rules that they established.
Yes, that was their mandate.
and that's what they said they was going to do. I don't agree with it. There was, and
No, I don't agree with it at all.
We'll get into that whole thing about following and everything else. But the question is, what does that got to do with covering concealment? Not a damn thing. So
no, well, you're right there.
Get back to the right. So again, like you were saying about gun-free zones and everything else, that's just a suggestion to the person. A criminal is going to criminal. And again, you can't be everywhere and stop everything. They've proved that, right? Because there's 1,000 subway stations. You only added 750 police people to do it, or 1,000 guards, right? And it takes three or four of them. It takes 3 or 4 of them to man each one. You can't check everyone, so it's just pure numbers. Something's going to get through. So again,
look what they said in the press conference. They talked about the shooting. They said there were armed police officers there when the train stopped, but that didn't help anybody on the train while the train was running.
And then it goes back to, again, the whole deal. If you're in that confined area, like Granddad said, what are you going to do when bullets start going off? Are you going to get as small as possible and hope that he runs out of rounds before he gets to you? Are you going to mount up and get that courage and intestinal fortitude and try and charge him? And no one knows what they're going to do until in that situation.
I ain't gonna cap that on a train car in New York City. On those train cars, it's a kill box. It's an entirely kill box if you're inside that moving train, and nobody can do anything to you. And if the police are not in that car, you're dead anyway, because all the cars are locked. They're gonna have to unlock the car that they're at to come into the next car. You know what I mean?
I thought the doors open up in between the trains.
The doors up on the new policy to stop the kids from riding on top of the trains like I used to do when I was a kid. They lock the door, so you need to have a key.
All right, so they changed that.
So they don't allow transit in between cars.
All right, while they're moving.
While they're moving. So if the police are not in the car where you're at, it's a kill box. Yeah. You literally can kill everybody in that car before that train hits that station.
So at that point, then it's
that train is a fucking death trap.
If you know that, then at that point, you have to make a decision to play dead. Do a jack spade, or just rush them, right?
It's literally 90 seconds between the station, between one stop to the next.
But there's a lot of shit that can happen, and 90 seconds with someone shooting is a lot of seconds.
Yes.
Which again, that's why I go back to, as long as I'm not going through a metal detector. Yeah,
everything on that train is plastic and aluminum. Everything on the train is plastic and thin stainless steel.
Yeah, as long as you're not wanding me down, if I'm not going through a TSA check, my gun's on me. And if I come down to that situation where I'm trapped, or someone is firing rounds at my family,
what about a 9/11
incident? Me first.
What about a 9/11 incident where a person has weapons, right, and creating and you're on a plane in a confined area?
If I have my gun on me, they're getting shot dead in their face.
You're on an airplane, on a train, on an Amtrak, whatever.
That has nothing to do with covering concealment, man.
Because you got to find, it's not a covering concealment situation.
Well, because there's nowhere to move to. The subway thing brings up kind of an interesting point, because there's nowhere to move to besides bodies in front of you, and then you're just trying to get behind a wall of meat, hoping you don't get hit at that point.
The point I'm trying to make, and the thing that I'm reaching at with covering concealment is, covering concealment is a psychological thing that is used to make yourself comfortable, because the whole thing is to get the hell away. Is the move, you know what I mean? Get low, make yourself invisible, and move. Get that.
Like me and Jovi said, me and Jovi gonna be eating ice cream. We gonna be okay. I might catch one from both cheeks.
Hey, Armel, so I got one problem with your argument about the whole plane scenario, right?
Right.
You couldn't take firearms in the plane for a very long time, so you could ball that one up and throw it out the window. Now, someone might start fighting, try to open up a door, get a cart, steal some silverware, right? And at that point, it's not so much covering concealment because you don't have any projectiles or anything that's coming at you. At that point, that's more of a hand-to-hand and a
Yes.
a
I
submission.
beg to differ. This is an unlikely scenario. This is an unlikely scenario. But
Beg all you want.
there are armed peoples on the airplane because the air marshals are armed.
Yeah,
You
but
call them air marshals.
And nothing can tell me that an air marshal, just because he's a law enforcement officer, can have a bad day and fall
hey,
apart.
Armel, this is what you're doing. Armel, this is what you're doing right here, man. Armel, you're reaching,
But
right?
like it can't happen. Is it impossible?
Armel,
No.
I mean, but it's the truth. Anybody could have a bad day, but
Anybody can have a bad day
the
at any
odds are
given
very
time.
low.
hey, just stop, man. Just stop. Armel, you reaching, man. You
Well,
you hear you
Yo,
hear
these
about
cats hijacked an entire plane, bro.
Armel,
and crashed it.
Armel, you on that bullshit. So that's just like saying every fucking pilot is gonna crash their fucking plane to having bad days. So, like I said before, man, I got 10 things that can happen. 1 through 3 is most unlikely. 7 and 8 going to happen. I'm concentrating on the middle and shit. 9 times out of 10, your air marshal is not going to start fucking shooting shit up. All right. You got Leos on airplanes that carry firearms if the captain allows them to, right? So now, with that being said,
What about improvised firearms?
man? All right. What about
Okay, you still got brass case ammo, you still got lead, you still got copper, you still got all that metal that has to make it through metal detectors, TSA. Now, I'm not saying TSA can't mess up. There was a story a couple years ago where TSA in Atlanta, in Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, forgot to plug their metal detectors in for like half a day. I'm not saying it can't happen. What we're saying is that it's unlikely. What's up, Skilly? What's happening,
What's going on, fellas?
What up,
Shit,
Skilly?
same as Skilly. What's going on?
Not much. Y'all better learn some hand-to-hand combat because 9/11 they wouldn't have took over no plane when I'm on with no box cutters. I'm about to kick your ass.
No, let's talk about. We're going to get back because Joe going to kick my ass. We get back to covering concealment in our everyday lives. You know what I mean? Somebody coming in, you at the mall with your people, with your kids and your wife, or you just going to the sneaker store and the food coming there. You know, ruts blazing. What's your scenario? What you like?
Mine is to put my family between me and the gunman and try to get them out first. If I can get them out,
You mean you in between the family? You ain't pushing your kid out in front of the gunman, are you?
no, I'm saying I'm in between them. So I'm trying to get them to the back.
Breaking your balls a little bit,
what I'm asking is, what's your technique that you're using?
Try to keep him distracted as I try to get them out the back door. If I keep him kind of distracted, if possible, on me and kind of get them out of there. If I got to get shot for that, then I'm going to get shot for that.
But you say you're putting your family between you and the gunman, right?
No,
I got him on that already. He had it back.
I'm sorry. I'm putting me between the gunman and my family. Let me say that again.
Right, but you're saying you're trying to keep him distracted from your family. But if he's in between, if you're in between the gunman and your family, he's still going to be on your family because you're right there in front of your family. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I understand what you're saying.
That's a roll of the dice, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's all a roll of the dice.
What strategy does most people have?
But the thing is, you got to think about it. If it's say in a restaurant or something like that, somebody comes in there and starts shooting. First of all, he's gonna be distracted regardless. The thing that you got to make sure that you don't get distracted of getting your family out of there because you're gonna have people running all over the place. So what you don't want to take and do is be one of those people that's doing the same damn thing, running all over the place. You want to sit there and tell your family, hey, you know what? Come on, let's go. And this is where we're going right here. Because my wife would tell you, if she was up here, she'll tell you when we go somewhere or whatever, certain places I sit, certain places I don't, and I pay attention to and out. Now, will that work in every situation?
No,
probably not. But you still, look for that out wherever you go. That's the thing. If it happens, hey, we trying to find a way out. I'm not going to sit there and try and be a hero and pull out my gun and start shooting or whatever, because more than likely, I probably won't hit who I'm aiming at because you got all these moving targets running in front of you and whoever the shooter is or whatever, and you're probably going to end up hitting somebody that you don't want to hit.
You want to hit, yeah.
Hey,
I would say the kitchen. The kitchen is a very great place to go. I'm sorry, Javon. This is
finish that.
But I would say the kitchen, because normally with the kitchen it's usually locked. That door is usually locked. You usually have to come in by somebody opening it. So my best thing for me is if I'm an active shooter, I'm in a sitting down dining restaurant, I'm trying to go towards the kitchen. That would be my best place to go to try to get away from that situation. I would think. I don't think nobody else would think about the kitchen. That's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
So
wrong.
Well, look at this. So
Can
So
I
you-
ask
you
y'all?
go
hold
into-
on.
Everybody a question.
Let's let Tony come in because this is his first
Yeah,
time
yeah.
here.
Come
So
on,
go
Tony.
on, Tony. You got the floor.
What's up, gentlemen?
what's
What's
up,
going on,
Monte?
Everybody on the panel. I
What's
just got
up?
a question. How many people up here have been in a gunfight?
I mean,
Very few people.
Not me.
This is, okay, 2 of y'all. What's
3.
the first thing? 3. What's the first thing you did when you got into your very first gunfight?
I said that
Now,
motherfucker's shooting at us.
Now we talking gunfight or getting shot at? I've been shot at before. I've never been in a
It's
gunfight.
pretty much.
There's a difference between being shot at and a gunfight.
Okay,
Yes.
who's
Gunfight
been
is a fight.
if you shot at? Well, for the sake of argument, shot at.
Okay, shot at. I was unassing that joint. I was on
Okay,
my
that's-
bicycle riding through Germany and Heidelberg like I was fucking going for the gold.
He was on that Forrest Gump.
The reason I ask is because 9 times I've been in probably about 4.
damn.
All in the military, man. All but 1 in the military.
Oh,
And my first one, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got down, damn near pissed myself. When around people, I've been with soldiers that piss and shit themselves in their first gunfight. So
Everything
I mean,
tightens up.
and that's am I lying? The guys who've been
No,
in
dude.
gunfight, am I lying?
Everything
I've
tightens
known
up.
a lot of
Tightens up.
people that have been in a lot of combat.
Everybody, and
a couple
these
different
people have
wars.
been trained.
Yeah.
Hey,
Everybody
so,
got a plan in their scenarios until the bullets start flying.
Or you get punched in the
Hot
face.
Tub Tony is not lying. I've witnessed and I've seen some people that you wouldn't think is going to actually fold while we're out on missions and everything else. And just because you train for it and everything else, right, doesn't mean you want to get into the game, right? There's a lot of people in the football team, and some of them dudes is just content to sit down there and at the pond, ring, else, and collect that minimum pay, and that's cool. Again, everyone has a plan until someone starts shooting back. That doesn't mean you got scared or whatever. That just means no plan survives initial contact, right? And that's why they say SEALs never train. Why SEALs never plan? So why sit down here, spend all this time planning when it's just going to go to shit anyway? Because the goal we're going to breach is going to be a failed breach. Hey, man, frag out and let's call it a day, right? So I agree with you 100%, Hot Tub Tony, on that. I want to address what Skilly said. So, Skilly, most cities, I don't know how it is where you're at. Most cities got this thing, their laws about when a building is occupied, all entrances and exits must be unlocked. So, going to the kitchen is a great move because you can get out the building and recoup and get away from it. The only problem with that is if they chase you and that kitchen is in like one of those alleyways with a gate that's locked. Now you're cornered.
now fuck. Yeah.
Egressing out the kitchen is the best move because they have an exit to the outside. They have to have I can't bring my food waste and trash through the main dining hall. I mean, you can, but it's not a good look. You're continuing to produce some trash. So, you always set up, you always plan your ingress, egress. You sit so you're facing your most likely threats. You can see the door, you can see the bathrooms, you can see other areas because, again, right, the threat can come in hard through the kitchen. If you got that life, they can hit the front door and the kitchen.
Yes.
Now they got you, but the likelihoods of that happening is somewhat low. There's not too many crews out there that's running with that type of precision, right?
Well, how many people in your average day you walk in a store? And this is a serious question. How many people in your average day walk into your average store that you're going into a lot of times, whether it's Walmart, Winn-Dixie, down here, you name it, and you think, well, there's customer service. I know there's a door by customer service. That's where they receive deliveries. I know there's a door by deliveries. So you're constantly kind of planning on, okay, if something kicked off, that's where I'm going. And then if for some reason I hit a door I couldn't go through, well, then it's time to pull that thing out. And anything that comes at me, from that direction, it's just getting drilled if it's a threat.
Yeah,
and those are games you seriously have to play in your own mind.
And it's not seriously have to even play in your own mind. According to a lot of building codes and restaurant codes, if you walk into most restaurants or most public buildings, whether it's a Home Depot, a Lowe's, or Walmart, one of the first things you notice when you walk into any main entrance is the egress plan. That egress plan look like it's there for fire, but it's for any emergency situation. So it has all the exit signs.
It's actually so in the civilian world, it's called the emergency exit plan.
Emergency exit plan. You know,
hey,
what I mean?
So let me
and
address
that's something that a lot of people, if you didn't know it was there, pay attention to that at the things. Look for it at places you go. So you could just get a snapshot. Okay, if I'm sitting here, I could go here, here, here. Look for the exit signs. You know. What I mean?
So just like they say in the airplane, they give you that emergency brief. Pay attention because your nearest emergency exit may be behind you, right? So a lot of these big box outdoor stores, right? They got garden areas that's outside, and all it has is so you can egress through there, right? So think of some way to do it. I want to go back to what Hot Tub Tony put in the chat about firing around and puncturing the skin of the aircraft because rapid would cause a rapid decompression. That's not true. That's a lot of no, it's not. That's a lot of Hollywood stuff because if you take like 38 and 9mm 357 SIG and everything else, and you puncture the hull of the aircraft, you're going to leave a tiny hole, right? And it's not going to be a large enough hole to cause a rapid decompression. That pressurization is going to equalize out. That's why U.S. Marshals shoot what they shoot, right? Aircraft skin is very thin. And if that was the case, there was a flight from Hawaii where they lost like the top half of not the top half, but a quarter.
It was the top 3/4 of the plane, or quarter or 3/4 of the plane just peeled off.
Yeah, just peeled off, and they still landed it. And everything else, right? So the one from Boeing with that emergency door just lost the bolts and flew off. Initially, you'll get some rapid decompression, but it's not going to suck everyone out like you see in the movies and everything. I spend a lot of time on airplanes. A lot of the CT units that do this stuff for a living, like they'll like the air marshals, right? No one's always going to hit 100% of their targets. You're going to have fired. U.S. Air Marshals have one of the toughest pistol qualifications there is, right? So you take that into consideration. Those are guys going to have flyers, right? So you have to understand that you can actually shoot and punch through the hull of an aircraft without causing a rapid decompression where everything just blows apart and everything else.
Yeah, a catastrophic
failure. The concerns that you have is that the wiring, like your primary hydraulics, your radios, and stuff like that. Hit me offline. I can show you some videos, man. Guys do amazing work, and they don't always hit their targets.
100% what Joe Bob's talking about right now. When they started talking about putting air marshals on planes and stuff, there were hearings about
situation. He kept
I know. Yeah.
Kept moving the goalpost. Nobody's gonna get on the airplane
with all that shit.
The likelihood of them getting on the airplane with a firearm is very low now.
Very unlikely.
What was the likelihood of that airplane crashing into those buildings?
Not unless it's soul plane.
What does that have to do? Do we talk about?
There you go, Joe Bob. You had to go there.
All right, look,
we're not talking about 2000.
Make me the bad guy. And I'm trying to be nice today. I said I'm gonna be quiet today, and y'all coming at me. Y'all gonna make me go get my knives and my things and shit.
Armel, we love you. You know we're gonna come at you.
So
we're gonna come at you.
Going back to covering concealment, right? If you're in the place, someone in the chat put up run, hide, fight, and that's what they're teaching in corporate and everything else. And again, that works until it doesn't work. But you have to have the intestinal fortitude to make the determination when you're going to fight. Right?
Dude, the last run, hide, fight training I was in, working for the college, dude showed a video, and of course they show the dramatic. The shooter comes in, and then they show people in kind of a back office, and they're picking up staplers and surge protectors and keyboards going to attack this dude. No shit, that's on the video.
That's
Okay.
what he's not lying. That's what they teach in corporate.
I know. I laugh at it because it's just,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Would it not be easier for me to go, oh shit, okay, you have that door, I have this door, everybody draw. Anything that comes through that door gets tapped.
Yep.
Unless it's wearing a police uniform.
But you can't do that because of liability, man. Because you mess around and this, God, and they coming at
you. Cops mess around and miss all the damn time.
Yeah,
they have qualified immunity.
Have qualified immunity. You don't.
Immunity, yes. And they got a whole corporation, the PBA, that's going to pay that fine. And
yes,
if they did something so egregious, they're just going to move on to the next department. So that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole nother video. But
yeah, so again, you're covering your concealment. You think about it, right? And just like with body armor, there's different levels of cover, right? Because some things will stop or defeat certain calibers of round, right?
9mm 45, they're not stopping.
We've seen the video of the guy out there near Dallas with a guy they tried to
acorn drill.
Yeah, and he started shooting through the walls, right? So we already know that ball ammo or whatever he was shooting will penetrate your typical apartment housing complex, drywall and plaster and everything else. So again, just be mindful of that. Sometimes it's a risk because sometimes you want to get as much stuff in between the barrel of that gun and you as possible. The flip side of that coin is if you get a whole bunch of stuff and it hits something, now you got secondary fragmentation to deal with. Like you sit behind a car door, right? And some of the car doors got all these little plastic pieces, electronics in it. So that round going through it, it starts to launch those things. Or that round can shatter. You get jacket core separation of the bullet. Now, instead of having one bullet coming at you, you got 3 or 4 projectiles. So it's all a give and take. Just stay your ass in the house, man.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, we can't do that all the time. I mean, eventually my fat ass got to get up and go to Walmart because I need stuff.
Man, they got Uber Eats, man. Uber Eats, baby.
Yeah, I don't go in the store, bro.
I can't pay Uber Eats $60 for a $5 burrito all the time.
I very seldomly. I very, 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 very seldomly go inside the store. Very, very seldomly. And that's because if Cass makes me, I'll go inside the store.
Nah, man.
I order and I go to the pickup line.
You seldomly go into the store because they banned you. They say you come to the store.
I would go say it.
They banned me in the store. Yeah, they might as well ban me, man. It's but I really don't go because I don't like. Ever since this stuff been going on for the past few years, it's just becoming more and more uncomfortable. And I think maybe that is the plan. So they bringing everything to the house now. Uber Eats, they're trying to keep you in the house. You get to work from home and all of this shit. Maybe they don't want you to go outside so you can see what they're doing. And the conspiracy.
I will say this: I think that's part of some of it.
Yeah, it may be. I don't know. It could be, but I don't like too many people around because I think people are a variable that I know that I don't have a lot of control over. And I don't know how a person might be feeling one day, and they might be feeling kind of.
That's
they don't know how you gonna be feeling, Armel.
Yo, I'm the same way all the time, babe, bro.
You the angry man.
Yo, I am what you get. I ain't never angry.
He said he is what you get, but I mean, hell, half the time we don't know what we getting.
Hey, I tell Tony,
because y'all ain't figured it out yet, man. Just because y'all don't know what's in the sauce, don't mean the sauce ain't good.
Hey, remember Undercover Brother? Hot Tub Tony. Hey, remember Undercover Brother?
What about it?
Conspiracy Brother right there, man.
That is conspiracy brother. It's just, it's just an abstract way of looking at it. And it's not just one conspiracy. I don't know. I really don't know it's no right way to go.
I will defend Brother Armel because every time we think something's a conspiracy, You give it about a month and a half, and then you figure out it was true.
I'm not saying, hey,
True.
Coop, I'm not saying he's wrong. He's very articulate and intellectual, but he needs to stop cussing at us and changing the subject. Stay on
Well,
point.
he does.
Hey,
He does
stay
go deep in the
focused, man.
weeds.
Stay focused.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
hey,
went
hey,
from
hey,
cover
man.
concealment.
You
That's
got
our
to work
man.
with our man. He'll
Yeah.
look touch, but he ain't
You went
always
from
wrong.
cover concealment, and Armel went to like guns on a plane. So yeah, Armel.
Nah, because I was
mean-
just as like sometimes I was just getting away as far as getting out of the way. So a concealment doesn't apply on a plane or on a death trap or on a New York City subway.
That's a death trap.
Although we did go from New York City
I'm saying
subways there
the
too.
plane,
So.
the plane, train, automobiles, helicopters. It doesn't. You can find
Oh
some
shit!
kind of
Now he's on
concealment everywhere.
helicopters.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah, you can concealment is everywhere, man.
Yeah,
you can
hide
like,
behind the seat.
if you skinny enough, you can turn sideways and disappear.
Ping.
Right?
Well, I ain't got no chance of that.
That ain't happening for me.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I ain't got no chance of
Saying
that.
if you skinny enough.
If it's a short wall, I might be able to hide behind it. But other than that, if it's like
Nah,
a skinny
if you
pole,
big, you
I'm
can
getting
pull a
shot.
chair over on you or something. You know what I mean?
You
Man,
do
I
that?
think Armel and Skinny
Arkalonja?
the only two that apply to right there.
Hey, hot stuff.
I'm trying
tough,
to
yeah.
Hey,
I'm
what
trying
they
to say
got? They got
pull a
love
chair
seats?
over you.
They got
Say
love
what
What
seats?
is this live? Cover
Now-
and concealment. Let's stick to the
Now,
script, man.
Tactical
Y'all
Millionaire,
attack
he can
Armel
hide
today
behind a
and shit,
stripper
yo.
pole.
Let me shut up, man.
What you doing, man? We
Let
at Haverty's?
I'm going to
Who,
give me
me?
a drink, man. Y'all turning
What's
me to
that, man?
alcohol.
He talking about
So
pull.
he got to go get some libations.
Skilly could hide behind a damn handrail.
Y'all, I don't know why y'all think I'm
Compared to
skinny.
me.
I ain't nowhere near skinny. I'm fat as hell. Stop playing with me.
Really don't go
Nah,
nowhere
listen.
dangerous anyway,
Skilly,
except for
you a
work.
damn lie.
Whatever.
Now,
See what
did
you
y'all,
want to
quick question: Did y'all see the video that I don't know who posted it, but it was some guys in a Sprinter van, and there's a guy pumping his gas, and they pulled up right in front, and the gas pump right in front of him, and like 6 guys jumped out all with AKs. Now,
Was
in a
that
situation
one
like
of the ones
that,
out of Atlanta?
no, there's not out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I seen a couple of videos like that, man.
It was a
Because
white
I've seen
Sprinter
a
van. They
couple
jumped
like
on
that.
his car. They basically had the drop on him.
Yeah.
And the question was that was up there. What would you do in that situation?
Shit, give it up, man.
Give it up. I ain't trying to play hero that day.
I mean, it just in certain situations that if it's an active shooter and they're actively shooting at you, well, I mean, you got to let it fly.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Look, if my kids are in that vehicle, I'm just gonna have to try it at that point because you ain't
that's
getting
what
my
I'm saying.
kids.
It just depends
I
on
don't
the
give a
situation,
shit.
how
You
you
ain't getting my kids.
how you handle it. It depends on the situation. So you can't prepare for every scenario, but you try to
No,
prepare
we
for
can't.
your most likely scenario that you will face
Yeah.
in your everyday life. I'm kind of like our male in this point that I don't like to go in large groups of people.
Nope.
I don't
You know,
like
I've
it either.
never that's a byproduct of me being stationed over, without doing what I used to do. I can't stand large crowds. They make me nervous. And when I'm in them crowds, I try to go if I'm in the store, I try to keep my route in the square. That way I always got a wall to my side. So I can see
Yeah.
what's
I
around
know.
me. But that ain't always possible in a Walmart. That is highly unlikely in a Walmart. So like you said, like I don't know who said it before, but know your exit points. Because
Know
your
where the
first
customer
mind
service is
shouldn't
at.
be I'm gonna get into an active shootout in the middle of Walmart. That ain't smart. You going to jail.
Telling the hell
Whether
ain't.
you get them or not, you going to jail.
Yep.
And so your first mind, just get out of there.
Yep.
Especially if they not after you specifically and your
Oh,
family, and your family is not in an immediate danger. Your first
time to go.
get the fuck out of there.
Yep.
We get
Don't be no hero.
Yeah. And one of those things, man, that great poet DMX said it once. Stop, rob.
Shut it down. Open up shop.
Oh, roll.
he had it in a whole nother
That's
light
how
there,
you
Joe
roll.
Rock. Just
Whoa.
saying.
Whoa.
He was talking about shutting down a whole nother drug gang, setting up shop. Yeah, that's
No, he's talking about get the hell out of there because he coming.
Hey, Tony. Hey, man, like
Mhm.
they say, you're gonna be like, yo, y'all heard about Q? Nah, what happened, man? Hey, some stuff done jumped off. He all right? Nah, man, he got shot in the ass.
I'll be more along the lines of everybody get that motherfucking roll on because I'm going to be rolling on and most of that because
the only time you'll see me like in where I say I react is if I'm in immediate danger or my family's in an immediate danger, to where I have to take that bullet before they do.
Yep.
Now, if that situation, hey man, I lived a long life. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I heard that.
But I got a question.
Put my two little ones in danger.
I got a
I'm
question.
going to take one for the team at that point, and I'm going to try to give a whole lot back.
And we're in this cover and concealment thing, and I want to touch bases on that. And one of the things that I want to touch bases on, if you're with someone and you have to take cover and concealment, and you have to go last resort, you have to go into an offensive posture. Your posture changes from a defensive hide and cover and concealment till you don't have nowhere to go. Well, you got to back that thing up, right? Now you got to back that thing up, and you got to protect your loved one, whether it's your child, your wife, or both. And you might have to push them on one side, and you ain't gonna be able to get your training shootout, your form factor, and all of that shit, and all of that. So, is that part of a lot of you guys' training scenarios? I know y'all be doing all the jumping out of the airplane stuff, but I'm talking about shooting with one hand while you dragging your child or your wife or carrying.
That's why.
You know what? I haven't.
That's why I carry one.
Hold on. Let's welcome Medea to the stage.
This bitch ass nigga.
Oh, good God. What's going on, brother?
You is a homosexual. What's up, fellas?
Welcome,
don't
Medea.
talk about me like that, Bug. I only told you once.
What's up, Kufu? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody in the chat, man? Say, man, I want to say something, bro. If you in a situation and there's them kids with you, bro, if you can take yourself out, do that. That should be the first thing to do is vamoose. If you have to, train your kids about cover. Let them know cover, static cover, barriers. Teach them cover. Teach them ballistics and show them what bullets do. Because if they got to understand it, they know what to do. My 8-year-old grandson, Banana Man, when he sees somebody go for a host, he already know to get low and find cover automatically. Don't move till I come to you.
That's it.
Because
that's a huge thing.
That's the thing, because people don't know cover, and I like y'all topic. People thinking this wall right here is covered. That's not covered. You can shoot through that.
Mm-hmm.
You can shoot through that. The average handgun can go through that. Even cars, like they'll think to jump and just get behind the car door instead of getting up in front by the motor and the wheel well. You want to be in the motor and the wheel well, because if it go through the steel wheels, and they don't make steel wheels like they used to on the big Deltas and the Cadillacs. On these new cars, majority is aluminum. So you got aluminum blocks, so you need all the metal you can, because hiding behind the car sometimes it's like hiding behind a rose bush, depending on what caliber that person got and what ammo they have in their pistol or their weapon.
Right.
Hey, so also one thing, one caveat to cover is this right here, right? You have to stay mobile, because at a point they're going to find you, right? So if you're not mobile, as someone's walking down everything else and checking everything, they will find you and they'll come and get you. So you have to do that. Again, like Tackleberry said, what's up, Buck?
What's up, baby?
Teach your people you're with. Have a plan. The plan might not work out, because you got a plan for a 4-bedroom house or 8-bedroom house, and you're in a 2-bedroom restaurant, or a 2-room restaurant, right? Make sure that your people can take instructions in stressful situations. Like someone had put up before, they was talking about stress inoculation with Kaba Sports, right? Because you get this thing called temporal distortion. He's talking in slow motion. I can't hear you, whatever. The movie with Denzel Washington had a good example of it, right? When they kidnapped the girl, Man on Fire, right?
Oh yeah,
Man
Man
on
on
Fire,
Fire.
right.
That's a great
Perfect
movie.
example. Perfect example of temporal distortion, right? That fight, flight, fight, run, whatever. Um, Again, you don't want to get pinned down somewhere, whether you're shooting back and everything else, because the fact remains, like Hot Tub Tony said, if 3 people come at you and they got the drop on you, everything else, more than likely they got you outgunned and more ammunition than you got. So you're not going to you don't want to get into a sustained firefight.
Yep.
You want to put down, shoot some rounds, and leave. Ideally, you don't even want to shoot anything. You just want to, exit on out. Be like Skilly, go out the back, come out there eating your macaroni. When the cops show up, be like, yo, man, some dudes got shot. Like, what was I went through the kitchen.
And we all know at that point, Skilly gonna be eating.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You goddamn Skippy. You goddamn Skippy.
Again,
You gotta feed that tapeworm.
Again, those are some of the considerations that you have to take into it, because if you get in one of these John Wick shootouts and everything else, you're going to go to jail 9 times out of 10. You can spend some time in jail.
Listen. Even if it's not a John Wick shootout, you going to jail.
You get into a shootout.
And listen, I'm not racist. The dudes I call my brothers white as snow. But being a black man in Texas, and if you're in any of these southern states and some of those northern states, you use that gun, you're going to jail. It don't matter if you're right, wrong, or indifferent. You're going to jail, and the court's going to figure it out later. So a couple years of your life,
that come with it. I mean,
you got to understand that when you pull your $100,000 for them to figure that out.
When you pull your firearm in a situation, you going to jail. That's just gonna happen. Now that's what you got your U.S. Law Shields, your USCCA for to come bail you out of them situations. But understand that you're going to jail. But I think a big part of even this covering concealment conversation is situational awareness.
Awareness, yep.
Yes.
Be aware of your surroundings so that you identify danger as early as possible, so that you can remove yourself. If you in the store and something don't look right, it's the middle of summertime, and somebody come in with a full-length trench coat.
Hell no.
Hey, you know what, Tony?
We laugh, but that's a real thing. Like,
I want to say, look, that goes perfect with this next video I wanted to show, and I just came across this. Well, hold on. Look. Now take a look at this. Now this is crazy, man. I just came across this video, but y'all may have seen this before. But man, watch this right here, dude. And this goes to show, situational awareness and stuff like that. But then when they want you, ain't nothing you can do. Look at this.
That's the video I was talking about.
God,
no, but hold on. What? Look. A bunch of.
That was either in somewhere in Texas or that was Atlanta, I think. One of the two.
Well, they say Germantown, so I'm not sure where Germantown is at.
Germantown is in PA, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Ain't no one claiming that, right? Ain't no one representing on that one.
No, but that's crazy. Dude's just there getting gas. All of a sudden, he's got a van pull up, and everybody jumping out on him.
That's crazy, Ray. That's the video.
And not only do you get him, they get the store.
Yeah, he ran in
and
the store.
What I'm saying. I mean, so there's no getting away from that. Period. There's nothing you can do. You can just sit there and hope that everybody's gun jams at the same time, but that ain't happening.
Lay low and hope it blows.
At least try to send 1 or 2 rounds to make them duck. Hopefully, it's somebody scary.
Well, now, see, in that situation where there's no win for you in that situation. So I'm under the mindset, let it go. Let it fire.
Give it up.
Yeah, give up the car.
It depends on what they come for. See, I don't know what it's context.
That didn't look like they was coming for that car, bro.
No, they didn't look like they took the car. That's what they ended up coming for.
They were coming for some
jumped out like they did. If you got the opportunity, you quick on the draw enough, go ahead and let it fly. Because
there's
a lot of times with guys like that, you can scare them off. They're not
on guard because the majority of it's
proficient in firearms. That you can tell the way they jumped out and hold them. These are street guys.
Yeah, so there's another one like that where dude is sitting at a gas pump.
Just let them have it.
Yeah. There's another one like that where dude's sitting at a gas pump. I can't remember what car he was driving. It wasn't some real high end car, but it was a nice car. And he ends up with a car on his back bumper, a car on his front bumper, and they jump out pretty much just like that. And then at that point, it's like, what are you doing? My hands are up. Okay, have the car. again, as long as you let me get my kids out of the car, you can have the car. Now, if you don't let me get my kids out of the car, then I'm going to have to try what I got to try, and my kids are just going to have to go with me at that point because they're mine, and my life will go long before theirs will go if I have any say-so in that.
Yeah. So and then at that point, it comes down to a cost-benefit analysis.
Yes.
You're in that OODA loop, right? You're observe and orientate, decide, act. Observe, orientate, decide, act. You're in a continuous OODA loop, right? So now you can do the thing again, depending on the situation. You can go with purposeful compliance until you can get to a position of advantage to where you can get a shot off. Sometimes
Price.
Split second.
Just give it up. Damian Price, right? Said he hit the deck. I don't know if that's such a good idea all the time because sometimes these guys, when they're shooting, it goes low. You know what I mean? And hitting the ground is, to me, is just kind of like a wall. It decreases your directions where you can exit or where you can get away.
It definitely limits your mobility.
I'm gonna say this.
So
I'm gonna throw something out there real quick. So in that, and I'm going back to that video Ray just showed. So that's a perfect example of he didn't have situational awareness. When I'm looking at this, I'm looking at number one, you didn't see them pulling up. Number two, it's dark. I don't go, and I practice this with my wife and myself. We don't go to no gas stations at night.
Oh God. Unless we
that's your first mistake right there.
See, I'm not feeling that.
If I hadn't filled up before I left somewhere, guess what? I'm gonna have to stay where I'm at. Because ain't no after dark is no filling up. Then you have to be aware of where you going to get the gas at. So I'm pretty sure in the neighborhood that from the looks of that gas station,
that was a hood spot.
That's a hood spot. So you all the way out of pocket. So you didn't practice situational awareness from Jump Street, and everything that came out of it is a result of your bad decision.
Hey, it's like hot tub is like this right here, right? The best $2 I spend every month is called roadside assistance. I'm like,
bring me 2 gallons.
I need some gas.
Bring me 2 gallons on side of the road for 4 hours.
Yes, sir.
For 4 hours, I'm gonna get 2 gallons.
Let me do this because I am going to get out of here. Ray, Armel, Jovi, Hot Tub, Skilly, fucking Tackleberry, you bastard. I love watching your show. I love all you guys to death. You guys are cool as shit. But I ain't going to get out of here because
thanks, man.
I will be on here with you. We could be on here for the next 3 days because all you guys are so cool as shit. We just sit here and talk. However, my wife will drown me.
Before you get a whooping and put the doghouse coop, I want to say this here, bro. And this speaking from personal experience, so much I can say about it. I'm gonna say this here. In that situation, if he was on his P's and Q's, if he was on his square, he'd have saw that car. Mm-hmm. Your intuition, follow your intuition. If something tell you to move around, just move around. Don't ask no questions. Don't be, I don't got to. Just move, react.
Yep. Dude, in his position, reverse and gas would have done a lot.
Yeah,
but that wasn't random. They had to have followed him. They knew what car that they wanted.
No.
My point is
they was in front of him.
That's what I'm saying. They were in front of him. So you don't know.
They pulled from behind to in front of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have been following him. So he didn't peep his surroundings.
Man, at that point, put that thing in reverse.
I mean, think about it, man. They roll up in a church van. So you ain't thinking. I mean, you ain't thinking the Jehovah's Witness getting ready. When they jumping out, you think maybe
Jehovah's Witness get push.
Hold up, Ray. Hold up. If you know, like I know, and you've been in situations because they're in the church van, would have made me look at that van even more. Why is the church van at this place right here?
Yeah, I mean, church van rolling up that late at night. Yeah,
there ain't no church vans riding.
There ain't no church van rolling up that late at night. You got the
damn alone.
You got some mothers on the church.
My buddy Tack.
Hold on. Hey, the deaconess boards need some pickled pig feet. All right,
man. Listen.
Yeah, the deacon making his stops to fill the people with the Holy Spirit.
The pastor going to lay some hands on.
I'm going to be in the chat. I love all you guys to death. You guys take it easy. Like I said, I'll be in the chat. I'll be lurking. But I got to do that for my wife.
Any white van.
Love you guys.
any white van since pre-COVID, I see any van, I am scared. Because I know it's organ harvesting going on out here and all other type of stuff going on out here. I'm privy to that information. Man, I'm watching any van in the way. Listen, people give tails if you know what to look for. The way they drive, the way they swerve. Man, my gun would have been in my hand at night anyway, bro.
Anytime if you think you're being followed, make 2 right-hand turns, 2 left-hand turns. If they following you still, they probably after you.
You on that Scarface, man. You talking about
No, man, listen.
This year Halloween fell on the weekend.
No, bro, listen. I'm dead serious. If you experience some things, if you been through some things, you learn from it. Either you learn from it or you perish from it. Bro. At night. I don't like Tramika to go nowhere by herself at night. But at night, she can still carry. She know once she get out that car, especially say things we going on Forest Lane, that's the hood. Man, you have that bitch in your hand. You put it in your hoodie. You keep your neck on the swivel. Anything feel funny, you vamoose. You get out the car with the keys in your hand and lock your doors.
Mm-hmm.
You don't leave the car running. You get out if it's 5 degrees outside, you cut that car and lock them doors because you got the chop out, you got your keys.
Yeah, the whole thing is what we keep bringing up is a lot of situational awareness. And part of situational awareness is just not we are looking at people and things that are going on, and that's very important too. But we also have to look at the places that we're at. Look for these exit strategies, these exit signs. You know what I mean? Be constantly aware. If you're in the car or you in this death trap, look for the way to get out before anything. Just be aware
if you're in a car, if you're in a car, that gas pedal is your way out.
On God.
Yeah. That gas pedal in a car situation.
Yes, sir. Run that.
Y'all play too much.
Thought he had cane, but it was gold, not a foul. Reached under my seat. I'm a papa for the suckers. Ain't no use in the line.
I was scared of
but that's real though.
All right, don't play the whole thing because you're gonna get us blocked for the night.
Bro. But that's real.
Hey man, don't play no more. You're gonna get demonetized.
We ain't getting no money right now anyway.
Listen, Willie D was saying some real stuff. That was situational awareness at its finest. He saw them following.
You said 3 crippled crazy, 3
citizens,
3 blind, crippled, and crazy senior citizens.
Man, but seriously, going back to what Armel said, it's your situational awareness goes back to, and Hot Tub Tony said it. What's out of place? Something's just not right? So, dude, I'm a convenience store. I just gave a guy 20, and I broke a 20 to get. Back in the day, it used to be a pack of cigarettes for $2.25. Whatever, right? The guy owes me $15. Is like, hey, just register short. Let me go over there and get your change, right? I see 3 dudes walking. I'm like, you know what? You earned that tip. I'm out because that $15 ain't worth it.
No, I'm gonna tell you something right. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. This just happened to me. So I was at the barbershop, and my barbershop is in the hood. I'm sitting outside, I'm smoking a cigar, and I'm waiting on my turn in the chair, but it's a small barbershop. Just so happened, it's the one day I was rushing to make my appointment, didn't bring my firearm with me. So as I'm sitting outside, I see a guy across the road. Now I saw him walk down the road, and he looked over there at the barbershop. He saw me sitting outside. He stopped. He looked. He made a beeline for the barbershop, but not coming to the barbershop, going by like he was going behind the barbershop. I peeped the play. So when I peeped him, I got up. I turned around. I watched him as he go in. And I went back in the barbershop because I know my barber packing, the other barber packing, and there's a couple people in there that's all packing. So when he saw that play, and he came back around the front side of the barbershop, he saw I wasn't there. He kept walking. And I said, "You peeped that, right?" I told him, "Barber, you peeped that?" He said, "Yeah, I peeped it." And he said, "He be walking up and down here." He said, you made the right move because he be walking up and down here all the time trying to get somebody. Because I had my phone out, but I'm never so involved in my phone that I'm not peeping my surroundings.
Yeah.
Now, was I slipping that day? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And if I'd have got, I deserved that. because I wouldn't know my P's and Q's. Didn't have my phone on when I left the house anyway.
Hey, so what's the longest thing we can play without getting a hit?
15
Like
seconds.
what you getting ready for? Another rap video?
15
Nah,
seconds.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. It used to be 30 seconds, 15 seconds. Trust me, I'm the king of getting demonetized and copyrighted.
So here you go right here, right?
Not paying attention.
All I had to do was catch some food slipping.
And that right there.
Not paying attention right there.
Got him.
Right there, bro. Kill it.
Ain't gonna get them Daytons.
Kill it.
Got him.
Got it.
Can I ask a question about that scene? Because this is what always bothered me about that Minister Society scene. When he told him that he wanted them Daytons.
Them was roasters.
You sat there and waited for him to take them off?
Right.
It took a long time to do that.
I would have ran his ass
Did you
over.
put him in the trunk?
Listen.
Like, did he make you put him in the trunk where the brick said that you sat him on?
Hey,
I want your motherfucking Dayton's
and he made him get him a burger.
And I'll take a double burger with cheese.
Take a double burger.
All right. Y'all killing me.
But seriously, right? Going back to situational awareness, right?
Again, you went on the square.
It's about how you move and then how other people move. Because if something's out of place, hey, just raise up and go somewhere else. You don't have to worry about the cover and concealment.
Mm-hmm.
If you're already too deep in it, right? You're sitting down, getting something to eat or whatever, and a lot of times it doesn't even have to be you. You know, it could be they come after someone else. Robin Harris said it. He said it the best. He was like, "Yo, I don't fly." He was like, "What if the plane crash?" He was like, "Oh, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go." He was like, "What if it's the pilot's time to go?" Like,
right.
You caught out here.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this here, Joe. This is something that people take lightly too. When you're in your vehicle, right? That's when you're most vulnerable in your vehicle. I don't care what nobody tell you. Most stuff happened lately. You're in your car. It's happening in your car. Getting out your car, going to your car. When you're in your vehicle and when you're at a red light, never pull all the way up on the car in front of you. Put two car spaces in between.
So there's a technique, a TTP for that, right? Like with me, I will very rarely pull into the middle lane. I'll either be on extreme left or right.
Extreme left.
The double burger with cheese. Turning or not, I will always leave myself space, right? So even when you're parking, right, you'll see people pull all the way into the parking space, right? And people get pissed off at me because I'll leave like a quarter of my hood out of the space. Someone comes in front of me and try to block me in, right? If you're right up above it against it, you can't get any torque or any force to push something out your way. But if I got 6 feet behind me, I can back up, I can angle my truck and do whatever I got to do. So there's certain things, there's little things that you can do that that can help you get out of situations, right? You know, so like don't pull all the way up on someone. If you can, get as much car as you can, because some of these heavier cars, you can push people out of the way. Exactly. Know where to push another vehicle at to get them out of the way to turn it, right? You, like, know how to do a proper pit maneuver. I don't want to hit someone at the rear door or everything. I want to kind of hit them light in the ass, rear quarter panel behind that tire and drive it, right? I want to
bump in the tire.
You know, learn what your car can do, right? Because you out there trying to take them corners and you got Pinky in the back spilling his yak. Your car ain't allowed to take them corners like that, you know? And again, just like that situational awareness, have a plan, because you can't stay hunkered down.
One of the things that I've practiced since I've been in so many daggone incidents, and if I reflect back and see,
I wonder why.
What I did, what I've done wrong, you know, but I'm still here though. If I sit back and reflect and do a sit rep on every particular incident, I noticed a lot of different patterns. And one of the things, like with patterns, I can't control what other people do, but what I can control is what I do and how I respond. So I created what they call concealment. I stopped looking like food. I'm not a very attractive target. Like if you
Gray
see
man.
me, it's nothing that anybody would want. You know, not dead by looking. So I
You're a
don't make
gray man.
myself very attractive. I don't peacock or anything like that. I'm not a very attractive target. I don't have any. I have not. I got like $15 cash. I don't carry more than $20 bill. Here, take this shit. Cards canceled. Watch. I'm not a very attractive target, and to me, that's a type of concealment.
That is.
You know?
They call it gray man, where you dress down, you not and nothing's flashy. You blend in very easy.
Not so much blend in, because sometimes you can't blend in because your skin complexion or whatever the case may be, but you don't want to look very attractive. You
Well,
don't
you
want to look
you
like
lessen in
food.
the likelihood of you being the target of a
You don't
robbery
want to
or
look
something.
like food, you know, and you know, and you don't want to look like a soft target either.
A snack. That's what a soft target is, a snack.
Yeah, you don't want to look like the Happy Meal, the combo, and you don't want to look like that person to be, you know what I mean? It's a balance.
You don't want to be that cookie. You don't want to be
Yeah.
that Chick-fil-A cookie.
And
you
I
know
noticed I'm not. It even goes down to the car person drive. If you're driving a particular type of car, these Challengers, these Chargers, you look like, and then you don't have the other look like you a hard target. You might be suspected of being food.
Well, even if you are with the cars, and that's a good point you brought up. Even with the cars, even if you don't look like a soft target, certain cars, he's absolutely right. Them Chargers and Challengers are targets. You gonna get robbed at some point. Keep it long enough.
Hey, what I learned, I got a Charger. I still got my '08. I still got my first gen Charger. I love that one.
Oh, they ain't trying to steal your car.
Yeah, but listen, I'm gonna tell you something about
That's
the
no way,
Chargers.
bro. They ain't trying to steal that shit.
I'm gonna tell you something about them Scat Pats and Hemis. In
I'm
Dallas,
fucking with you, bud. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I ain't worried about that, man. It's 3 cars I don't fool with. I get the hell away from them on the highway. Any Kia, because like my son told me, if you see somebody in the Kia, their car can be stolen. They can be a stolen car at any time. I stay away from Chargers and Challengers because it's gonna be some dope guns in them cars or somebody hiding their car with a gun. I stay the hell away from them. And the last car I'm afraid of is them Nissan Maximas. When I see a Nissan Maxima, I just let them go about their business. The Maximas
man, that's
always
somebody's baby mama, right? That's a baby mama.
Now that's that boy in his baby mama car cutting up.
Could be.
And last but not least, don't leave these out. Them damn them G30s, them G35s and G37 Nissan. I mean them Infinities. Them Infinities do more crime than any other car. If you go through the internet and look up car crimes, you're gonna see Chargers and Infinities.
That's because they're jacking them. They're jacking them to do the crimes.
Man, I stay away from them, bro. If I see them in the mirror, I just get out their way, bro.
I know, but it's like you can conceal your value or your worth just by the way you present yourself. You know what I mean? So your presentation is part of your situational awareness. It's just not everything around you. It's just not the place. You got to look at yourself in the mirror before you walk out the door and ask yourself, you might be, am I food? Am I sweet? Am I what? Because you're out in this world, we might try to project ourselves to be attracted to other people, but to the wrong type of attraction you do not want.
And you don't have to, but that, and I'm gonna say this now, because I am one that I like to, when I get fresh, I like to get fresh.
Oh, I'm gonna get fresh.
I like to get real nice. Yeah.
So but I don't, that's not how I move in my everyday life. So if I'm going out, if I'm stepping out to a nice restaurant or something,
I'm putting some
I'm
on.
gonna dress the part. Yeah. But I'm also, just know that goddamn it is on me at all times.
Ooh, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can become food. And a lot of times I know here in Atlanta, when you go to these nice restaurants, see the hood ain't out here. The hood ain't just in the hood.
No, it's in the suburbs.
You more safer in a low income area in Atlanta than you are in areas like Buckhead, because that's what they know. That's where the money is. That's where I'm gonna go to do my crime.
That's where the easy targets are at.
Because people move like they're not in danger out in those areas.
Yeah.
When you
And
go
it's
to
not
like,
just danger of I spoke to Ray about this as well before. It's not with me. I know it's just not danger from a particular street threat or a violent. Sometimes it's just something as simple as the police. I don't want to be attracted to. I don't want to draw attention from anyone unless I want the attention. You
well,
see,
that
so
police
it
attention,
could,
that's sometimes that's unavoidable. I get what you're saying, but
yeah, but I
it is
Hey,
try
what it is
like
with that.
I'm
You
a
got to take
limited.
what come with
So
that.
instead of
Tony, I'm gonna say this, brother. I used to live in the city of Irving. When I first moved to Irving, it's all about your attitude. Like Ormel said, it's how you present yourself. I was thugged out. I used to wear them braids in the back of my head. They pull up on my Chevys or my Lincoln. I got a SK in the front seat because back then Texas was you can have a handgun, but you can have a long rifle. So I got the
Mm-hmm.
SK. I got that folding stock SK, that paratroop in the front seat with me. I got the shotgun in the back seat. I was with it. I was on it. I was on for foolishness. You can look at my face when you pull up and tell that I was on that foolishness. The police used to bother me. When I changed my mindset, changed all the things I was doing and the people around me, bro, police don't even bother me. I done been in cars with tags, been out 2-3 years, and ride right by the police and ride through any neighborhood, and they don't even bother you. But it's the energy that you project, and if you projecting that negativity, they gonna pick up on it. Now
and
sometimes
it's
Y'all
not so
police
much
must be a little
negativity.
different
It
than
might be
ours,
just
bro.
your presentation.
That y'all, like I said, y'all police must be a little different than ours.
yeah, man, it depends on where you are because I ain't gonna fake
Yeah,
that.
that's not
They
my
got some
experience.
cities out here you don't want to play with, bro. Like Box Springs, you don't go to Box Springs. Certain size of Mesquite, you don't go. Rockwall County, stay the hell away from them. Don't go out there playing with them people because them people
I
gonna get
haven't
you in your place.
I haven't got pulled over by the police in almost 20 years. And I would like to
Good
think
job to you,
that's
bro.
for
Because
a reason.
they
And I'm like
it
you,
was for a
Armel.
minute there. They was fucking with me hard, and that's when I had my well, I still got it, but my Mercedes. When I had a GL 550. If you know Mercedes,
Yeah.
that's not a car that black people normally have.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would ride that, I would get pulled over like all the fucking time. And I'm like, well, why the hell y'all keep pulling me over? My tag's good. I'm coming from work. You can tell I'm in business, business type of tire. What's going on? And then they come up with some bullshit ass excuse. Oh, you speeding? I say, well, okay, but I don't fight those battles in the streets. Give me my ticket. Let me shut the fuck up. And go ahead on. I don't answer no questions. Just if you got a ticket for me, go on to take it. Certain things that we do that I don't like, and I see
That we
way
bring
too
on
many
ourselves.
videos of us just want to argue in the street. You gonna get the ticket, bro.
Or you going to
Don't give
jail.
them no more reason to stop you. I don't care nothing about you stopping me. I got time to kill. I got a couple dollars. If you want to take me to jail, I can bomb myself out.
Yeah.
Hey,
But I'm not finna go back and forth with you in the middle of the street. That's what I'm not gonna do.
because this is my ideology right now. That's what the lawyers to speak for me.
Yes, sir.
If I get pulled over, I got the time on, I got the dash cam monitoring. You got 20 minutes to do what you need to do. Anything got the 20 minutes, I'm suing for 10,000 a minute. And I know I'm not gonna get the 10,000 a minute, but you're gonna come at me with a settlement about 40, 50.
Now,
You
the
know what I'm
reason
saying?
why I brought that up was because I was just bringing up different ways of concealment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And using those different ways in order to get cover, in order to find cover. You know what I mean? Because the whole thing is just like keep it moving, and get home safe. You know what I mean? So
And
if
avoid.
whether a person
Hey,
has a gun, is allegedly a good guy or a bad guy, is the rules are still the same. Get home safe. You know
That's
what I
my
mean?
bottom line. I tell my son that all the time. Hey
Get
man,
the
don't
rules,
argue
the
with these
name of the
folks
rules
out
of the
here.
game. Get low, stay low, whether it's mentally, physically, or spiritually. You gotta cover. You gotta cover and conceal yourself. And what it means by concealing yourself spiritually means, you know what I mean? It may means take it, keep who your identity to yourself, to who you feel like sharing it with.
Yeah.
All right,
You know
real
what I mean?
quick. So today's giveaway, we're giving away a first aid kit. All right. So that's the giveaway hashtag or whatever cover. So Start putting in now while we're still talking, and we'll give it away right before the show ends.
That's what's up.
And I'll make sure y'all get it. I'm not gonna do an Armel.
Man, it was a hard thing, man. Why you gotta beat me up for, yo?
No, you need to be beat
You're the
up.
only one that don't send stuff out like you supposed to.
Yo, my life is real, bro. Come and get it.
All right, man.
Hey man, everybody's life is real.
My life is real, man.
I ain't living in the Matrix. Mine real too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
My life real.
Yeah.
Y'all's is not. How is that, bro?
My life is real, man. My life gets complicated sometimes.
Everybody's
where-
life is complicated.
What seems simple for you is difficult for me. I got difficult things going on.
What's so difficult? I'm curious.
I live in a mountain, man. I'm a harbor. I don't have access to stuff like, UPSs that do this and do that. I got I live in a really small town. We got mom and pops, and they don't do certain transactions.
Move.
Yeah, that's a simple fix. That's not hard at all.
Move. You got internet.
I'm moving in like 3-4 years.
You got internet, right?
Barely.
All right. Well, there you go, man. Uber it. Uber deliveries.
Yeah, man. I live out in the sticks, man. They just paved the roads the other day.
Boy, great.
Hey,
I'm calling cap on that. I don't think Armel gonna be in the sticks like that. I could be wrong, but it sounds like a little cap.
It's the new sticks, man.
Armel ain't in those sticks, man.
Yeah, it sounds a little cap.
Armel lives in one of the richest areas in Northern Virginia.
Okay,
Armel
there you go.
much money.
No, I don't.
Knew he was capping.
I'm broke as hell. Nah, it's new because all of this stuff used to be farms, and now they just paving the roads and building developments. So all of this stuff over here is new, and it's just like little small.
That's
little
not.
mom
They
and
don't
pop
make it
shops.
the sticks though. That just
Right.
make it an up and coming area. I'm fucking
Yo,
with you, Armel.
compared to
I'm
these
not-
cats
I'm
that,
just
like
messing with you, man.
DLD and them, they live in a city. They call this the country. They call this the sticks.
Man,
They call down here where I'm at the sticks.
hey, so again, man, I'm gonna ask this question. What the hell is your zip code got to do with covering concealment, man?
Yeah, man, I got trees so I can hide. God damn it. Yo, I pretend to be a plant. I pretend to be a plant and just stand there, man.
I can't, man. Come on, man.
Hey, shout out to Joe Vodka. Joe Vodka be keeping you on topic like a motherfucker.
Hey, but look. Joe Bob sitting there asking that question what your zip code or whatever got to do with covering concealment. He's the only person I know that don't want nobody to know his, so he's covering and concealing.
Shit,
He's
man.
a smart man. That's a smart man.
That worked until Armel told everyone where he thought I lived.
But they don't
Nah,
know your
I gave him
exact
the general
location.
area, man. You still 2 hours away.
This motherfucker, man. Maybe I don't want them to know that, man. Maybe I got real ops. Maybe my life is real. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
your
the
life
witness.
is real, man. But you guess what? You got crew too. You got people you can call 3 o'clock in the morning.
Armel, you ain't got no fucking paved roads. How the hell you gonna get down here and shit, man?
Yo, I seen that Nigeria cartoon yesterday, man. What's that? What's the Iwoji? Iwoji?
What's that got to do with
Man, it was dope, man. I get one of those cars.
All
One
right.
of those Sky Mobiles.
And y'all hear that calling 3 o'clock in the morning. That's why I turn FaceTime off on my phone.
Yeah.
Phone's going off 3 o'clock in the morning because they ain't got nothing to do. My wife sitting there wondering who calling you.
Yeah, don't call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. The only thing
Yeah,
calling
that's
me
what
at
they
3 o'clock
do,
in the
man.
morning is booty call.
No, but hey, hey, on a serious note, what you're covering concealment, right? It's not a singular thing, right? So again, the best thing to do is try to avoid those situations if at all possible.
Yeah.
Don't be at the spots at 3 o'clock in the morning to get gas when you should have got it before you can get it, before you go on that road trip and everything else, right? And a lot of times, like doing these analysis, you'll find out that if they just removed one thing, right? They just changed one thing, that whole situation would have been different. You know, because like right now, right, the fat boy that I am, I'm going to go get some McDonald's. Right? Do I need it? No. Am I going to get it? Hell yeah, because I'm an American. That's what we do.
You're going to cover and conceal it.
I'm going to go out, and it's what time is it? It's going to be 10 o'clock here soon, right? It's 5 minutes to 10. I'm going to go out at 10 o'clock to McDonald's in the hood. That's the only one that's open, and get that. I'm setting myself up for all kinds of bad things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I'm going to go to the gas station because I'm an American. The gas station I go to go get that Coke, they got Cokes, but they ain't cold enough. So I'm going to go to the place that I know they got cold Cokes, dead up in the hood. You know, so a lot of times we can remove ourselves from certain situations and avoid a lot of this stuff. Sometimes trouble will just visit your door, right? And at that point, that's when you have to, you know, be like, hey, I'm not the one you want this with. You know, go on, get that predator look on your face. Don't be prey.
Look, there we go.
Yo, man, there we go.
Yeah.
Hey guys, put that cover in your thing so we can give away this first aid
Yeah,
kit.
put that in there. We got a few more minutes left. So
hey, man, hey guys, don't put it in there. I'm trying to win this.
And the other thing, right? The other thing is if something is going down, active shooter or whatever, don't get behind the doors of a car. Just try to look for a hard enough barrier and keep moving to get away, as far away from the stuff as possible. If that's what some of the things that was shown in the videos earlier, you know what I mean? If you know, keep the engine block in front of you or from the direction of the shooter. Joe Bach could probably say that better, but just keep it moving and get the hell out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get out of that environment as fast and expedient and as safe as possible with you and yours. Don't try to engage unless you don't have another choice.
That's it.
Any other choice, because just by engaging, you become a target. You know, so don't be the cowboy out there drawing attention, drawing fire to yourself.
Oh, man, why you gonna put that in the chat, man?
What?
Why you gonna put that in the chat?
We already know what's going to happen.
Oh no!
You already know.
Hey, stay off your damn phones.
I got your Howard J. I got your address. Don't worry about it, man. I'm shipping it to you right now.
When you pump your gas and stuff, stay off the damn phone. Oh, I get on my wife about that. Stay off your goddamn
Stay off the phone. And the crazy part, my wife's phone hooked up to her car. Why is you on your phone?
No, for real though, at the gas pump, if you look at the gas pump, it says do not use phone.
All right, hey, I'm getting ready to hit this button.
Go ahead. At every gas pump,
hopefully he don't win.
Every gas pump, look at it.
Yeah, but that's for some old archaic stuff that this
that's no longer.
It's gonna,
but it's still there.
Spark. It's gonna spark and do this.
All right,
back. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, Silverback.
Yeah, it's a game, man.
Email us your address, your information, and everything, and I take and ship this off tomorrow to you.
Yeah, send out an email, and if anybody got something that y'all want to discuss or y'all want us to chop it up about, man, send us an email, man. We looking at the emails. We interested in hearing what you guys think or what are your opinion. We want this channel to be as inclusive as possible.
Yo,
you know what I mean? If you feel like supporting the channel, we got the Cash App up there. You know, $5, $10, $20, 10, 20, 20, 20, 20. Anything works to help, man. And we just get putting it right back.
Hey, real quick.
What's up?
I want to know y'all opinion on all this going on with the eclipse. Because
it's been happening for millions of years. I don't have an opinion.
No.
What?
With all the stuff that they got going on with bringing out the National Guard, telling people stock up 2 weeks on food and water, get cash.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too. I haven't really looked into it, but I've been hearing it.
I'm just curious of what y'all point of view is on that.
Yo, if you ain't ready yet, it's too late, bro. That's my opinion.
What's up, Bolt? Hey, I
up,
tell
fellas?
Tony, hey, in all
What up?
honesty, man, my opinion is just right here. My opinion, my position. Stay strapped to get clapped.
That's all. That's
Shit.
the everyday opinion.
Hey, like seriously, man.
It don't change my life, bro.
I'm like I said, I was just curious.
If the army come through, they already in my mother neighborhood. You know what I mean? So they already there. That shit don't change me. That shit regular shit.
Wait
right
a minute.
now.
Wait, you
They've been
not
doing
just
this
gonna
shit so
gloss
much,
over
it's
that.
regular shit.
Why is the army in your mama's neighborhood?
You seen it on New York City? They in the train stations.
Your mama stay in the train station?
Nah, in the neighborhood. In the neighborhood.
Are they in the train station or the neighborhood?
Man.
I'm curious.
And there it goes. There it goes. And right on the script.
We had 2 hours, man. What's up, Bobo? Let Bobo say something before he get out of
Ice
here.
game gets robbed. Will's
I ain't really had nothing to say. I was agreeing with everything. A lot of different point of views, man. Like it's hard to kind of like take concealment and cover when you're moving around. I'm like the prioritized mover and shaker, in my household. So I'm always in the public. You know what I mean? So, it get weird when you're in certain situations. I pretty much had a couple of situations in the last 90 days, where I had to hesitate, like, oh, is it, you know what I mean? I was seconds away from like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? So it's a split second decision making feeling. And when you have that feeling, I feel like I think about it more at this age in my life. But like back in the day, it was like off impulse. Sometimes it wasn't even time for it yet. You just jump into it. But now it's like when that brain is actually on your neck like it's supposed to be, now it's like you putting more of a thought process in, and you don't want to jump the gun, or you don't want to come off paranoid and let's go, or you know what I mean? But it's funny, man. Just how you gotta keep your head on a swivel, man. Stay safe. And I would definitely keep 30 and not try to be humble like most people say. You don't need 30 and you don't need this and all. Nah, you saw that van at that gas station just now. You know what I mean? If you had an inch up, you don't want to stop or have to stop at 8 or 12 or 10, or you know what I'm saying? You want to go until you can't go no more. You know what I'm saying? If you're fighting 6 people jumping out of a van on you for whatever price, I doubt the average person would be in a situation like that. That looked like something that was real personal. But in the event where you are in a jam like that, I just feel like have the most capacity you could have and have it accessible and have your mind and your eyes as well. You know what I'm saying? So this way you could see things. Like if that van was there and it wasn't set up, then they didn't get there before him. So he had to not be looking at his back to see what that van was making the same 3 rights that he made or whatever the case may be. So he wasn't on point as he should have been. You know what I'm saying? So, all of that is in stride, if my opinion matters.
Yeah. What you got, Tony?
Oh, hey man, I just appreciate y'all sending me the shirt, man. Hey, that meant a lot to me. Salute to you, man. That was 100 shit. But yeah, like you say, man, keep your head on the swivel, bro. You can avoid most problems if you are aware of your surroundings and move like your life is dependent on it.
Mm-hmm. But also follow your magazine laws wherever you're at. Some people are not fortunate to be able to carry 30 legally. So make sure you check your
how they know what you got?
Capacity.
How they know what you got if you concealing it?
Don't start. Never mind.
Yo, how they know what you got? Just don't,
If you got an extendo sticking out the side of your shirt, they know what you got. Yeah. You got a whole donkey dick on your side. Yeah, they know what you got.
Well, that's on you.
That Joker got a 50-round drum on a Glock.
Right. And you
know what you got.
Shit on.
And you locally only in your state you only can have 10. Don't get yourself caught up.
So what? You can have a drum on it, but the drum might only got 10 on it.
Ain't nobody carrying around no 10-round drum on no damn handgun. Stop playing.
Skilly.
Unfortunately, the ones that care about your magazine count is the one.
Don't do it with our mail. We're gonna be here another 30 minutes.
Yeah. What you got, Joe?
Yeah, we're gonna be another 30 minutes on some bullshit. Yeah, That's a box of ammo, and I give out the good stuff and shit. No, but yeah, so just like a lot of great points was brought up, or Mel brought up some great points, right? Make yourself look like less of a threat. Then also just keep in mind sometimes it's not about you, you know, like the movie The Last Boy Scout, right? When Bruce Willis said, "Hey man, ain't nothing personal, wrong place, wrong time." Sometimes you're literally in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mhm.
Reactions are you could be in the wrong place at the right time. Go back to the guy in Indiana that stopped the mall shooter. He's in the wrong place at the right time. How often does it happen? I don't know. They don't report it. But just again, make sure you're aware of your surroundings. You have an exit plan. Doesn't mean that exit plan is always going to work because it might change up. You know, they might lock down the exit you plan to go to. Armel put it out when you walk into one of these big department stores or whatever. Every place is mandated by law to have an evacuation plan. Look at it. You know, look at it. Look at it and see where it's at, man. It takes you 5 minutes to get a 15-minute head start in case something.
There you go.
All right, what you got, Armel? You got 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank y'all for supporting, man. Yo, hit us on Trinity Doms and Gear. Hit our Cash App. We accepting donations, whatever. We love y'all. Everything is going to come back, and just like stay out of the way, bro. Stay out of the way, everybody, and stay safe. Don't cause nothing if you can't handle it. Don't give to a bum. Don't give to the homeless. They got plenty of welfare and EBT out this bitch. They don't need it right
Come
now.
on,
You know what I mean?
Come on, bro.
They got plenty of that. You know what I mean? So you don't need to be coming out of your pocket, making yourself vulnerable. So, but anyway, I'm just messing around. But for real, stay safe. Go ahead, Ray. Get us out of here.
Hey, well, look, I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We'll be back next Monday, 8 o'clock. So just be there. We don't know what the topic is yet. We're gonna come up with that maybe back in the back chat or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. You know, so everybody have a good night and thanks for showing up. And hey, congratulations, Silverback. Take and send me your information to the email.
Yeah, you walking SPD.